Ladies and germs of the YouTube nation, we back with another one. This is your boy The Sauce.
And the Don.
And gonna give you something a little different this time. As you have may have heard in the news lately and on the Twitter sphere, Kanye has returned and has been causing up major controversy. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look at your screen. There's actually a picture of Kanye with a MAGA hat. He has expressed how much he loves Trump and sees him as his brother.
Yeah, Kanye West is very, very deep in the sunken place right now.
And in honor of that, we just want to express to you 5 examples of Kanye not being in the sunken place.
Yeah, when Kanye was kind of woke.
Actually, he's been woke, or he has been conscious of what exactly has happened to the Black American community since the beginning of his music career. But it seems that as of right now, he really hasn't been expressing that by supporting someone who really divides a lot of people. And so for that, we're going to begin with one of his latest tracks, St. Pablo. If you listen to St. Pablo, outro to the album, The Life of Pablo, you can see one of his lines. He says, "Black on black lies is worse than black on black crime. Most black men couldn't balance a checkbook, but buy a new car talking about how my neck look. Well, it all looks great. 400 years later, we're buying our own chains." Now, that isn't really as woke, but that is just him
Acknowledging and knowing the problems and shit that the black community faces and how they've been held back because of slavery and Jim Crow and fucking many years of oppression.
Even Black America having the last name of their slave owners.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
400 years later. Really, it is ingrained into the to what it is. And another line he has, and it says, "Did it with no permission, our own conditions. Most blacks with money have been beaten to submission. Yeezy with the big house did it way different. Never listen to Hollywood producers. Don't stare at money too long. It's Medusa." And pretty much that's also just explaining how the Hollywood really pimps out people.
Yeah, it takes a culture.
Takes the culture, pimps them out to try, and then they're just going to be exhausted. And then in the end, you're just going to take their money. You got to work not like take their money, but like Uncle Sam is going to take 30% of your money. And you never really win in terms of that. You can't be your own creative. And that's what really Kanye is always preaching.
Yeah, I mean,
trying to be your own creative and things like that.
Yeah, he talks a lot about Twitter on that. Like, that song is still relatable today, kind of, with him. Technically, that's his last song out that he's put out.
Yeah, that's true.
That's his last song out.
And with him saying that, it's just so weird of him saying, "Oh, I love Trump," but how Kanye really is portraying it is that he just likes the way he thinks. That's his only defense, or he's trolling all of us.
I really hope it's the latter. I really hope he's trolling us, man, because this shit does not look good.
And then so that's one example. Licking Bob, if you want to check out the song, it's actually a really, really amazing song. There's other notable lines on it. But then moving on, we can go all the way back to his second album, his sophomore album, Late Registration, part of his Dropout Bear series. Another prolific song, Roses, which is very, very beautiful.
About his grandma.
And really just talking about how money can really control the world, and a lot of people need to realize that. One of the lines on there says, the best medicine go to people that's paid. If Magic Johnson got a cure for AIDS and all the broke motherfuckers passed away, you telling me if my grandma's in the NBA right now, she'd be okay? And it's true.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson had AIDS in a time where AIDS was, people thought you could get it by touching you, and there was no cure to anything. And he just pumped the money.
There's still kind of like no cure.
There is no cure, but now babies can't be born with it.
Treated.
You can get it treated. You can have sex pretty much, no condom. You shouldn't, but there's medicine to do that.
Yeah.
And so it's come a long way.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen is out here raw dogging with HIV. It's crazy.
Wildin'. Like Kanye West.
Yeah, Kanye West is wildin'. Not like that, but he's wildin'.
All these niggas is wildin'. And so, that's just and then if you also look into that song, one of another crazy lines, it says that while he's just in the hospital and his grandma's passing away, the nurse and the doctor are asking, "Can you sign some T-shirts? Man, can't you see that we hurt? but still, and so it really is just the pressure of being
famous, rich. Well, not rich, but like just
being known.
Yeah, being known.
Like the pants on the ground guy probably wants to get pictures taken all the time. If you're rich, if you're a celebrity, especially in this internet age, and people know you, they're always going to be bothering you.
Yeah.
No matter what, even when your grandma's dying.
Yeah, it's fucked up. And plus, at that time, I don't think Kanye was.
Yeah, it's just sophomore album.
Yeah,
he was
popping, but
Gold Digger.
Yeah.
And then after that, we can move over to his magnum opus, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, that has a lot of gems, but particularly one of them, Gorgeous. He be spitting that real shit.
That's probably one of the hardest songs on that album.
It is one of the hardest songs, and if you don't realize that, then you aren't truly listening to Kanye. But pretty much when he opens up with the song, he's saying penitentiary chances, the devil dances, and eventually answers to the call of autumn. All of them fallen for the love of ballin'. Got caught with 30 rocks, a cop look like Alec Baldwin. Inner century anthems based off of inner city tantrums, based off the way we was Brandon. Face it, Jerome get more time than Brandon, and at the airport they check out through my bag and tell me that it's Randon, but we stay winning. And pretty much the most prolific line right there is just that, face it, Jerome get more time than Brandon. Yep. And that's 100% true.
Yep.
You can look it up.
Meek Mill just got freed. He spent more time in jail than a fucking rapist, than that Brock guy, whatever his name is.
The one who raped the girl behind the dumpster.
Yeah.
No, you can look it up. Black man with the same charge as a white man, more than likely is gonna get like 3 times more of the sentence, or 4 times more. And it's factual. And since the 1980s up until 2005. Prison population has gone up 700%. 1/3 of those people being an African American person, and so it is the modern day slavery. Like they're saying, private companies are getting money, from this, which is something he explains in New Slaves as well. If you look at that's an honorable mention, New Slaves, when he's saying they probably all in their Hamptons bragging about they paid, and so then it's really they're just making all this money off criminals, but it's modern day slavery.
At the same time, a lot of them aren't criminals.
Very true.
A lot of them are also doing things that their white counterparts are doing too, but they're the ones getting in trouble. Like, look at everybody selling weed now, and weed getting legalized everywhere, but there's still people in jail serving time
for dimes.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy.
Way crazy. Seattle is doing something very good. They're saying that like 1/3 of the weed-owned businesses have to be from inmates who got charged with that for petty.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very, very. It's reparations that needs to be done.
That's like super bank.
Yeah.
I find it ironic that he mentioned Alec Baldwin, who plays Trump.
Yeah.
In SNL, which is also funny because Trump and Kanye both have beef with SNL.
And Kanye, I think, is the most performed person on SNL.
Wow.
Artist. He's been there like 8 times.
That's crazy.
Which is so crazy. And then another line on Gorgeous, he says, I need a happy ending and a new beginning and a new fitted and some job opportunities that's lucrative. This a real world, homie. School finished. They done stole your dreams. You don't know who did it. I treat the cash the way the government treats AIDS. I won't be satisfied till all my niggas get it. Get it? Now, I don't know if the government infused AIDS into the city like crack.
Yeah, I mean, it's
more conspiracy.
It's a theory, and I mean, I could see it because AIDS popped out of nowhere, bro. It just popped out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and I mean, it's a soundproof, like it's a pretty tight theory, and I could see America doing that, definitely.
And that's just, but is that for like African Americans, because it's more prevalent in the gay community, so like, or is it just for everyone?
It's for both. It's like for people of color and gay people.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
And so Kanye is saying all of this shit, governments are doing this, and then he's fucking with Donald Trump.
Yeah, well, I mean, and
it still could be a troll.
Yeah, I know, but like if it's not, I guess his argument is that Donald Trump's not a regular politician.
Very true. He's the only one who doesn't have a law degree.
He's a fucking idiot.
And then we could keep it going. We have another track from the Much Sought For album, collaboration album between Kanye and Jay-Z, Murder to Excellence, one of the best tracks on that album as well. Has 2 beats on it. Very beautiful. Amazing album, though. Like,
yeah.
You know, amazing album within itself. But we'll
never get part 2.
I think we'll get part 2 one day. But Kanye has 2 notable verses on this, and in the first one he says, "And I'm from the murder capital, where they murder for capital. Heard about at least 33 killings this afternoon. Looking at the news like, damn, I was just with him after school. No shop class, but half the school got a tool. And I could die any day type attitude. Plus his little brother got shot repping his avenue. It's time for us to stop and redefine black power. 41 souls murdered in 50 hours."
Nice.
And
that's powerful.
Well, it's powerful. And Kanye just tweeted
about Obama.
Obama was in office for 8 years and didn't do shit for Chicago.
Yeah.
But it's true. Chicago is, you know, a big problem. We talk about gun control, and now it's different there. It's completely different there. But they are shooting each other. Fortunately, they are able to just go to Indiana, get a gun very easily, or go to Wisconsin because they're in between them. Even though Chicago's laws.
I mean, I've heard theories that people would bring, I don't know if this is true, but they would bring crates of guns
and just
drop them off in the hood.
Like the government?
I don't know who. Just do that, though.
I mean, it's possible, but I know Chicago is right next to Indiana.
Yeah.
Indiana, you could buy a gun like nothing. Because Chicago does have strong gun laws, like New York City. Yeah. But they could just go to Wisconsin. Even though, I don't get it, because we could just go to upstate New York. But
you could go to Long Island, bro.
But I don't know if it's as easy. You're like, can I just pull up? I have my driver's license. Like, it's not like you could just go to a gun show, you know? Yeah. In other states, like, you could just go to a gun show, get a gun.
I mean, the shit in Chicago is very complicated.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be fixed overnight.
You need money.
Yeah, money, and you need to invest in the children, invest in the schools, invest in the police, too, because the police is fucked up over there, too.
It's all a mess.
It's a mess, man.
It's all a mess. It's not going to get fixed overnight. Like, even just like Flint. Their water's still.
Yeah, man.
And that's gonna take years as well.
I heard a whole bunch of kids, like the kids there, have it in their blood already.
Yeah, son. That's why, like, I hated that. You know, when when Obama was on the TV, he drinks the water. Like, nigga, that's just 1 cup of water. Imagine bathing, eating, brushing your teeth, all that shit, every single day, and it's just not done. Another line in Murder to Excellence on his 3rd verse, or verse 3, but Kanye's 2nd verse, he says, "Is it genocide? Because I can still hear his mama cry. No, the family traumatized. Shots left holes in his face about piranha size. The old pastor closed in cold casket and said the church ain't got enough room for all of the tombs. It's a war going outside we ain't safe from. I feel the pain in my city wherever I go. 314 soldiers died in Iraq. 509 died in Chicago."
Damn.
And 100% facts. If you join the army, like, it's like very slim chance you're not gonna die. You know, it sounds like it's a dangerous job, but I think more cops die than army people die. People in the military.
I've always, when I was younger, I used to say that a good way to I've never been for stop and frisk, but I feel like a way to maybe help out in Chicago is get stop and frisk going, and anytime that the cops find someone with an unlawful gun, give them a choice. You can either do the time for the gun that you have, or you can join the army. And,
interesting.
And then it would. I mean, it's a little fucked up, but at the same time, they are breaking the law.
Yeah.
And at the same time, but the cops are going against their constitutional right by checking them in the first place. I understand that, but I mean, it's something. It's just an idea. It's stupid, but it's something, you know.
I see what you mean. Like, you try to
they shooting each other. Why not go over the fucking shoot overseas or some shit? And then that could give you a future too, because when you're in the army, you get opportunity. You know, You get opportunity. You could get an education. You could come back and get a job. You know.
Yeah, and then you
have to resort to gang shit.
Yeah, and they break you and build you up with discipline and everything like that. It can be a good thing. I think it is something that even jails could do.
I don't know about that.
Not like entirely. Like if you want to, it's because like jail should be for rehabilitation, and unfortunately in America it isn't that.
Yeah.
And we really need to find a way to rehabilitate our people so they can get an education, come out as a functioning member of society somehow, some way. But unfortunately, we don't have that here. But take a look at Murder to Excellence if you haven't heard it yet. Amazing song, amazing album, Watch the Throne. Next up, we got a few more. We have also on Kanye's late registration, Crack Music, one of the hardest songs ever as well, featuring The Game. Back when he was called The Game, now he's just called Game. But he says in the opening line, he says, "How we stopped the Black Panthers." Ronald Reagan cooked up an answer. You hear that? What Jill Scott was hearing when our heroes or heroines got hooked on heroin. Crack raised the murder rate in D.C. and Maryland. We invested in that. It's like we got Merrill lynched, and we've been hanging from the same tree ever since. Sometimes I feel the music is the only medicine, so we cook it, cut it, measure it, bag it, sell it. The fiends cop it. Nowadays they can't tell if that's good shit. We ain't sure, man. Put the CD on your tongue. Yeah, that's pure, man. Pretty much the most important line there. Just that, how do we stop the Black Panthers? Ronald Reagan cooked up an answer. Introducing crack into our communities. Not him, but the FBI in concoction with Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, that and demonizing the Black Panthers, which is funny because Kanye West is now saying how everybody demonizes him or demonizes Trump or demonizes anybody that doesn't think like them. But yeah, you're going with someone whose whole slogan had to do with copying Ronald Reagan's legacy. What's Donald Trump's slogan?
Make America Great Again.
You want to know what Ronald Reagan's slogan was?
What's Ronald Reagan's slogan?
Let's make America great again. Bro, and I know Trump looks up to Ronald Reagan. That's his base, bro. And we should not be fucking with Ronald Reagan after what he did to the black community and America, bro.
Yeah, man. And, in that time when people were hooked on crack, they're just crackheads, blah, blah, blah. Now people are hooked on opioids.
Oh, now they need help. They need help now because it's white people that are mostly affected. 100%. And Kanye West. Just saying, because he said, nobody was fucking with me when I was on opioids.
It's just tragic,
I think Kanye might think he's white now.
He transitioned?
Yeah, he's fucking in the sunken place, bro. 100%.
I don't know if he's in the sunken place. He says he's like, he's putting images from the sunken place.
Yeah,
crying emoji. And Kanye's just being Kanye. He's always been like that. He's always been controversial, but it just sucks that it's something that is so divisive.
And I can't defend it. I've always defended him.
Yeah.
Everything.
He's
not
wildin'.
This.
I agree. He's wildin'. And then coming up last, one of his most unliked album, Yeezus. He has his track New Slaves, which is a popular track on it. Yeezus is my favorite album, but a lot of people don't like it. If you listen to New Slaves, pretty much the whole song. I mean, you could just, it's called New Slaves. In the beginning, my mama was raised in the era when clean water was only served to the fair skin. That's the problem I have. Like, he was able to always has realized the issues, the problems that the black man has gone through this country. And for someone who was like pretty much defended Charlottesville with that whole white supremacist riot, pretty much saying like, we shouldn't erase our history, like with Confederate flags and shit like that. Building a wall instead of trying to build bridges, all that.
Calling African countries shitholes.
And Kanye still hasn't said anything. He did say, I don't agree with everything he says.
But he also wore a MAGA hat. He also said he would have voted for him. He also said he loves him. Bro, like, no, fuck Donald Trump, my nigga. Like, fuck him, bro. I hate Donald Trump, bro. I hate him. I don't care.
You shouldn't care.
Nah, fuck him. You don't beat everybody with love. Nah, fuck that. They don't fucking do that. Everybody's been too nice. The left is way too nice. That's why I don't fuck with the left that much either.
Not all of the left is too nice.
The left is mad nice though. It was the love beats everything,
but there's the extreme left.
Yeah, but that's Antifa and shit, but they're fucking nuts.
There's extremes on both sides.
On
both sides.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what you think. This is a pretty long video. Let us know what you think. If you do agree with these, let us know what other conscious songs you like about Kanye. There are honorable mentions. You got Chain Heavy. You got Diamonds from Sierra Leone remix. You got
the sample he used for
Blood on the Leaves. Strange Fruit.
Yo.
Even Blood on the Leaves. The Strange Fruit be hanging. But yeah, let us know what you think. Comment below. Links for the songs in the bio. Have a great day. This is your boy, The Sauce.
And the Don.
Peace.